Welcome to Rise and Wine, the podcast where we talk, you sip. I'm your host, Alicia.
And I'm your co-host, Seattle.
All right. Well, welcome to our next episode of Rise and Wine. Anything exciting to share? I feel like with the blizzard, the so called blizzard we had, there's not like a lot that happened this weekend. How about you?
No, I stayed in and I still had to work in the level 2, you know? 'Cause
It's a
I'm
good thing
not gonna
you,
go into that, but,
yeah, it's a good thing
um,
that you work close though, because what
yeah,
was a 5 minute drive for you?
yeah,
Mhm.
it's only 5 minutes, so it's not too bad, but, I did have Saturday and Sunday off, and I just played a Nintendo Switch with my boyfriend the whole time, and we play, Mario Jamboree, which is this board game, but you're, Super Mario characters,
Oh, that's funny.
and, we play, 30 rounds,
Okay.
and it takes, 210 minutes or something, and then, and there's, different layouts too, you can play at the Coconut Mall and, the Raceway, whatever. This if you played the Wii with Sydney and I, you'd appreciate this a lot more, but it's super fun. So we've been playing a lot of Nintendo Switch because it's just, stuff to do in the winter,
Nice.
you know?
I do have something to ask. Well, first of all, I did open the gym on Sunday morning and we had like 6 people there. I thought I was the only, I thought besides me and probably like healthcare workers were the only
They're
ones on the road.
committed. That is
Yeah.
healthcare.
Yeah. Yeah. But I loved it, and we had like a couple, different people, well, maybe just like one different person that wasn't really there, but oh my goodness, it ended up being like a great workout, so I was super excited that people showed up. But we do have something to cover. We're not gonna drop superlatives again, we can't say superlatives, and we
What?
can't bring up the adventure race, I feel like we did that in every episode, but you need to tell me how Thursday night went with the ladies. I
Oh,
haven't
what
heard
did I
about it. You
oh,
guys went to El Vaquero?
yeah, I went to El Vaquero. I mean, it was just, a lot of complaining, just, getting the work stress out of, "Oh, don't you hate
Over
this? Oh,
margaritas.
yeah." Yeah, it was fun. It was nice, just it wasn't like a huge turnout, but whatever. And the morning stretches at work, that's really taken off. All of the girls are finally
Mhm.
participating and everyone gets so self-conscious when their body's cracking when we're doing these stretches. And I was like, I don't think you guys know that's why we do it.
Yeah. I
I'm
bet it
like, I
wakes them
love
up.
hearing it.
Yeah.
So,
My sister one time, she had a headache and we were at like a Bible assembly and it's like all day and stuff. And she's like, I just have so much tension in my neck. And she's like, will you work on it? So I like worked on her for a little bit. And she's like, that woke me up the rest of the afternoon. So
nice.
your like muscles are tired from like bending,
Yeah,
hunched over, typing everything on the computer all day long. So you
exactly.
should even do like a 5 minute afternoon get up and
I know.
stretch
I
because
did.
people walk, during their work
Yeah.
day
Well,
to wake up and
m
stuff.
my boss is talking about how he wants to get, new cubicles for us. I'm like, "Can we just get standing desks
Oh,
instead?"
yeah,
That would be
nice.
a good investment, in
Yeah,
my opinion.
yeah. Did you
So,
tell him that?
yeah.
Okay. I hope you did. You're not allowed to complain if you're not giving any, like, resolutions to things.
Uh,
That's how I feel.
I don't stay quiet.
Good. You
But
wouldn't be my kid if you did.
exactly,
Alright.
but I know nothing fun to report in the personal life, just, lots of being snowed in, lots
Mhm,
of being cold. I've been bundling up, every second of every day, keeping my socks on, trying to stay warm.
mhm.
My mom bought me a, mattress heater pad thing, so that's been saving my life. My dad also bought me one, so
He
I gave
did?
yeah, and I was gonna give it away in my, company white elephant or whatever, and I was about to bring it, and Elian's like, "Don't bring that, those are expensive,
They
that's
are.
way too good." And I was like, "Fine, I won't." And so then I was like, "Well, what if I just give you the extra one? Because I spend the night at your place, so then, like, I can always have a warm bed,
It's
so I
funny
gave
because
him
I
one.
was gonna buy me one. I haven't bought
Oh.
one yet. Mine
Oh.
broke, and then I was like I felt like, you know how I am, I don't like buying myself anything when I know
Yeah.
my kids need something, so I bought it for
Oh.
you first, and I was like, "I really" and so I get in that bed
Oh.
now that mine's broke. That's the only time I'm ever cold. I told people
Aw.
I'm running hot. I think there's been one time I've been cold, like,
And it just so happened
on
to
a
be at
day-to-day
night.
basis, yeah, like, just one time, but at nighttime
Probably on a day I was extra enjoying mine.
one like, I usually turn it on and then, like, brush my teeth, wash my
Yeah.
face, and by the
Turn
time
it
I
on, get in
fall
the
in bed, it's
shower.
ready. It's ready for me.
It's the biggest life hack. Like, you don't need a car starter. You don't need
You don't
you don't even need to wrap your windows. Like, I need my windows wrapped so bad. Like, I was gonna say my
Oh,
room's probably colder than
that's sad,
yours.
you should have Elion do
N
that for
I
you.
have my dad has the stuff. It's just
Oh,
not done yet,
oh.
and, at this point, I'm like, "Whatever," because it's not that big of a deal, and honestly, you don't even need to do that because you know what you do need? A
A blanket
mattress,
warmer.
a heated mattress pad.
Yeah, that's
Sponsor
hilarious.
us. And
Sponsor.
any one of you. I won't tell you the brand. I'm not dropping brand names. I'm not dropping any names anymore ever
No,
again.
you know who I want to sponsor us?
Scented toilet paper.
I need I need Bubbly to sponsor us because everybody's, like, always probably wondering if I really have I don't am I putting this right? I don't know if anybody's ever really looking at, like, wondering, like, "Oh, does she have tea in there?" Nope, nope, I have my Bubbly. I'm obsessed with it. Okay, what else was I gonna say to you? I think that's it.
How was your weekend?
Again,
We did a game night on
yeah, we did, I forgot about that. We
Friday.
had a game night with, some buddies, and then that I didn't really like your
I
game.
defended my title as master debater,
Yeah, we
so
played this game called Up for Debate. I didn't like it. I my brain was not functioning.
she didn't like it because she's not good at it.
Well,
Let's be
because it's like I don't wanna fight about random topics. I can I can pick the
You're
topics I wanna fight about.
Mexican. You're
And those are
Mexican.
like and those are like topics that don't make any sense.
That
I'm
was
gonna
the
sit
best
there and
part. For
argue why
those that don't know the game,
yeah.
pretty much there are, like, topics and then there's responses. So there's 3 different topics put in the middle, and it's like, something you should always have on you, um, most interesting topic, and would save you from a zombie apocalypse, like, right? General. And then when it's your turn, you get to pick a card and lay it down. And so I would put like elf or elves for get you out of a zombie apocalypse. And then somebody would say challenge, and then they would lay a card down and they would say like unicorns
I
or
didn't see any of
actually the card that was played against the elves in the zombie apocalypse was sardines.
mm.
So then I got
Oh, that
into
was
an
fun.
argument of sardines versus elves saving you. And, I actually lost that debate to a very noble candidate, my boyfriend. So,
I liked his
if that's the
argument.
only person that can beat me, I'm okay with that. But, I did win the game, and I sent some grown men crying home.
Those men cry all the time anyways. I'm just kidding.
Exactly.
Yeah, I forgot, but we played that game. I didn't like it though. I need to actually know what I'm arguing. It has to actually exist. Alright, but we can go ahead and get
Me,
started.
I'm
I'm nervous about
delusional.
this part, huh?
So me, I'm delusional.
We'll fight about anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Always see this meme. It's like, "There's no point in fighting with me. I'm either right or I knew 30 minutes ago." And I was
We said that the last time.
oh,
Arguing with me makes no sense. I knew I was wrong 5 minutes ago. Alright. So,
okay,
I
so
don't
I
know
think
why
it's
these make
my
me nervous because 'cause
turn.
we're just never prepared. It's so off the cuff, and again,
She
remind
says this every time. It's off the cuff, it's unscripted, it's
yeah,
unedited,
because
it's
I have to we probably have to have full disclosure. We are not experts at all. These are all, like, answered through
speak
our
for yourself.
these are all answered through our perspective
I
of
mastered in
our life
communications.
experiences. What's that?
I said, "I mastered in communication." Okay, I'm picking this one,
Okay.
and I just every day I hope and pray it's not a crazy topic, you know?
Mhm.
It's not. Okay,
Oh, what is it? Is it 2 or 1?
it's body image
Oh.
is our topic.
Mhm. So,
Well, what do you wanna talk about, mom? Body image. You kind of had, like, a different body image, I feel like, growing up, because I don't know, now, like, plastic's really in and accessible.
yeah.
And you know what? We'll talk about body image. I'm gonna call out it's getting spicy. I'm gonna call out GLP-1s because except for the people that are actually on them for, because I think it's, like, can be a diabetes medication,
Yeah, and
but here's what pisses me off. I got on Facebook the other day, and I shouldn't be allowed on Facebook, but I'm scrolling through and I'm seeing so many. Here's what pisses me off with the GLP ones. It's the new Mary Kay, okay? And it's so many girls. It's so many mothers on my Facebook. I'm on a journey. I'm going through a journey. Like, and I'm really happy for them, but like, you did cheat a little. No shame there. 'Cause, like, I feel like I would cheat too, like, I get it. You don't whatever. But why are we selling it? And why are we, like, saying, like, a journey, like and then it's always like, "Comment health if you want secrets on my health tips or my health journey." I'm like, "What?" It's just I don't know. To me, it's like they are taking Mary Kay and they're making it a GLP-1 and that it's like the new, like it's gonna be the new MLM. It's gonna be the new MLM. So, in 20 years, when the documentary comes out and I'm her age, I'm gonna be sitting back like, "I knew it."
I mean, I think if we're gonna discuss body image, I would, like, kinda hop on that social media has made body image such a freaking topic that everybody's mind is so centered around all of it, obsessively all the time. I
Yeah.
was watching Facebook, which I'm like you, I'm only on Facebook for, you know, maybe a couple minutes, just like, okay, I think somebody sent me something. I'll look really quick. But usually, again, whatever I post on Instagram transfers automatically to Facebook. So I never pay attention to it. And then I'll catch up on my OCR Cleveland group because like I signed up for a Super Bowl raffle and picked random numbers, but then also like just to see if there's any event that they're doing that's cool that I can't attend because they're so far away and it would just be cool to do. They're doing a winter Olympics in this, like,
That's
big
fun.
field. Oh, it looks so freaking cool, but it's on a Sunday when I, coach. So, but anyways, so back to the body image thing. So I'm, like, doom scrolling really quickly, like, what do I need to catch on with my family here and, like, my cousin Roger and all his posts and everything. So I, saw this girl and she's literally giving her leg workout exercises and, like, if you do this and you do this, and it's so clear that she's wearing a padded butt shorts, whatever those booty shorts, like, they're
Yeah.
padded. She
Mhm.
has no hamstring muscle whatsoever and just this big butt and all these girls, so it's not even like, I'm not jealous or anything, like, you wanna grow a booty I can tell you guys how to grow
Well,
booty
I was
privately.
actually
But,
gonna take over this conversation as soon
no, I'm
as we're
gonna say this
done.
really quick.
I
So,
know.
all these women are just like, "Girl, that's a BLB," or is that what it's called? A BLB? What?
BBL.
A BBL. I don't even
BLT.
I don't That's a BLT. You You know me, I just want food all the time. That's a BLT. But no, so like it was just like crazy to me because it's like not only do you have things that help you cheat, it's regardless of it, you have people then still lying about it. And it's like if you're gonna
Yeah.
do it, just go ahead and do it. And
Yeah, if you're gonna wear the booty pad, just go ahead and get the BBL.
I'm well, no, it's probably like less evasive. Am I saying that when
Invasive.
invasive? Oh my god, I can't even talk today. But also I will say with the AGLP, I'm never gonna get the acronyms right.
GLP-1. No, she says chat
Chat.
GBD,
No,
whatever.
I say GPT
Whatever
chat, and they're
whatever
like,
she
"Just
wants.
call it chat." I don't even know. But,
Chat ACB.
yeah, that's I know, it's like, what XQRZ. Um, so my thing is that I have, like, personal experience. I saw a guy who had a lot of weight on him and was always using, like, a wheelchair, and I think that he got on that. and ended up, like, losing some weight, and he's, like, walking around, and I'm sorry, I thought that was
Good.
lovely. It,
Yeah.
like, just and I felt like that was, like, a boost that he needed to be like, "Okay, now the rest is on me."
Yeah.
So I do feel and again, I go back to body image for a lot of reasons. So
Well, before you get into this, I actually have major questions about your body image because I would say that um, you grew up in a time where skinny was in, but you were always skinny. And then you kind of watched social media come into that, but you were still like, you still saw tabloids of like, look at this cellulite. You remember when that was
yeah.
in tabloids?
Mhm.
And then and then you introduce social media, and then you introduce Botox and, all of these, like, cosmetic surgeries, and then you're also somebody that goes to the gym, and you follow, like, body influencers, I would assume. And so, like, how do you feel, like, what your personal body image is or, like, how you view that whole topic?
I guess I'm just kinda weird about my body in general just because of things that happened to me when I was a child. I told this to my friend Dina. I was like we were walking one day and I go, "It's really weird because" it's gonna be so weird that I say this on this podcast, okay? I felt okay, this was me being sarcastic too. I said, "I feel like sometimes, like, I wonder," like and again, there was a comment one time made where somebody thought I was making out. I'm gonna totally to say the story, I can't believe it. Somebody thought I was, like, making out with their boyfriend or something, or, like, thought, like, "Did she make out with my
Oh
boyfriend?"
my
But then in
g
the next breath, they were calling me a lesbian. Like, because I did this model shoot and I wore these big baggy jeans and, like, dog tags, and I don't know if you remember those.
hater, and I remember the body shoot.
Yeah, so I was just
It
like,
was
"Okay,
tea.
which is it? Am I a lesbian or am I kissing your boyfriend?" But I feel like no, I'm being serious. That's
Clip that, clip
what? No, like
Am I a lesbian or am I kissing your
yeah,
boyfriend?
that's what I mean. But what's
I
funny
would be
is
like, "Do you wanna kiss me or does your boyfriend?"
that's
Or both,
well, when
clearly.
I did my very first model shoot that I did, Eric, he had said, "Your motto should be, 'Every man wants you, every woman wants you more.'" And I just always
Aw.
thought that was so funny that he said that to me, but I was telling Dean, I said, "It's kinda weird because of things that happened in my childhood. I don't like attention." Even saying all this right now, like, on here is just kinda
Sorry.
funny so, like, I, you know, would dress like a tomboy. I acted like a tomboy. I did not want attention on me. So even now when things are like and it's funny because when I got into CrossFit and was, like, working on my booty, I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna wear these little shorts because I thought that's what CrossFit people wore. So my booty was hanging out a lot, and it was just so, like and I've always had a Winnie the Pooh stomach, like, I've always said that. I got that tummy going. You gotta sometimes like, it's very rare. Cody, one of my coaches, he's like, "You either want the abs or the booty. You can't have both." I'm like, challenge accepted, because I was gonna try to get that, I had abs for a while with the butt, but no, so it was really surprising that I dressed in that fashion when I first
Mhm.
started CrossFit. I started getting more comfortable about my body, but also because the women in CrossFit and you are around people that
So you
you start getting a
were
more positive body image because you're like, "We're working on this, and this is the body
mm.
that we have, and we're kind of proud of this." And you know what? Some of us have scars, and some of us have bellies, and I loved it. If you're in a CrossFit gym, you
So are
can
you happy with your body or you think your body needs work?
I mean, I'm just somebody that always thinks my body needs work because I wanna be healthy, and that's just because, like, I
But you
wanna
are
tone. I'm
healthy.
fine, yeah. I mean, in retrospect, I feel like women my age at 50, there's not a lot of people that look like me, but also I have the mindset that there's people at my age and older that look way better than me. I'm content where I am.
Do you think that your age, um, like, contributes to you wanting to get your body into good shape? Like, do you think that you found a lot more of, like, this desire to work out later in life because of age or because of where your body was or
I
what?
just think in general, because of life experiences, having lost my husband to cancer, that awakened me to how I fed my body. My mother and having again, you guys are gonna learn something about me every episode. My mother committed suicide, and I feel like that even leads you to, like, how am I going to take care of myself mentally? So it's just this whole your whole physical being and your mental being, like, interact together. So it's just all those experiences that are like, "I just wanna be healthier. I wanna be healthier for my girls."
Yeah.
Remember Sydney would say well, I remember when I met Nick, she goes, "Mom" she's like, um, "You finally found somebody that likes the gym just as much as you." And I looked at her and I said, "I hate the gym. I hate going to the gym." I mean, who likes going to the gym? We go
I
because, again,
hate
we
the
wanna be healthy, but I said, "I hate the gym." And she's like, "You do?" And I go, "Yeah, I only go to the gym so that I'm not 80 years old and you're wiping my butt." You
Yeah.
know? And that's why, like, sure, we all like to put on the jeans and feel like we're not squeezing into them or, like, the tight shirt or have our little rolls, but for the most part, I laugh at myself with that. Like, I remember when I started coaching, I'm not a coach, gotta put that out there. I don't have my L1 or anything, but I help run a
She's not
class.
a coach. Please don't sue us. She's not claiming to be a coach. Please do not sue us.
But I remember the first day that I was running that class, I literally had everybody stand and say, "Okay, let's look at our hands and thank our hands that they work. Look at our legs and be grateful for our legs and how they move for us." So, it's just like thanking your body. And I think that sometimes, like, no matter what, social media does create an environment where you are shaming yourself. You see the girl, you know, that and again, it's so crazy because you got now AI, you got filters, you got all these things, you know,
Lighting.
the lighting in here. I had a client, I'm calling you out, Bill, if you're listening to this, like, he's like, "You look so much younger." I'm like, "Well, we have a softbox just to give more lighting,
Screw
but
you, Bill.
I'll see you in the nursing home, Bill, when we are, like,
She told me
rooming
that
next to each other. When you ask for that cup of coffee, Imma spill it." No. But just,
she
like,
told
it
me that story, though, before we started filming,
yeah.
and I was like, "Well, you do look good, so"
I know, I like, you see me in a dark room. If you saw me out in the sun, I look
Yeah.
young. I like at least I hope I do. But what's funny is, though,
She
like, yeah,
looks
we have
younger than
lighting
me.
here. It helps create, some softness and stuff, but you can see me in real life too. I mean, if I'm on
Oh.
IG, I'm not putting any filters on.
Oh,
I've
she
shown
said
my
I'm pretty
belly.
in real life.
I it's just funny to me. Like, I don't care. Like, I put myself looking like a mess on IG.
Yeah,
I
I
am not
get it.
trying to impress anybody. Besides, I gave all my good years to people that didn't deserve it. Just kidding.
Me?
Yeah. Like the thing where it's like they have the lady holding the baby and she's like, oh, like, "I'm so glad I had you. Now I can lose weight," or something. The baby goes like, "You're my aunt," or something like that. Do you remember that?
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
I
Again,
don't
nobody's
know.
gonna read my thoughts of here.
Sorry.
Okay,
Not
well, let's flip it on you.
okay.
Okay, because you probably I know I've heard you say before, like, you kinda criticize yourself, and what's so funny is you're this 5'9" and a half, like, 2% of the world has your body, and they're called models, and they make a lot of money off of it, and I've heard you be upset about how things don't fit you, and, like, how do you feel, like, about social media with your life and where
Um,
you're at mentally with that?
yeah, well, I mean, I feel like I grew up at a in a time where, like, I I got Instagram started probably when I was in, like, 5th or 6th grade, maybe around 6th grade, so, like, right as you're getting into middle school and puberty, and I think that I only had, like, self-image issues, like, because of other people.
Mhm.
Because I did feel like, I had a good enough home life where, I'm being told I'm pretty, I'm smart, I'm capable, and I believe those things, and as far as I could tell, I was those things,
Mhm.
so, um, but it was just then you get into school and I'm tall and I'm skinny and now I'm like sometimes I'm taller than the guy I thought I was like that I thought was cute last year and then summer hit and now I'm taller than him and like it's just awkward and then all my girlfriends are like getting boobs and I'm like what is that still? What is that? Like, you know, this wasn't blessed with the breast, okay? But And then, like, getting
Sorry.
into
Even if you're my
sorry.
height, you don't gonna you're
No,
not
I
gonna have
know,
them.
and you know what's crazy is, like, every other woman in our
I
family
know.
is, like, pretty busty, I would say, and I just got the 2 string beans of the family. They linked up and were like, "String bean children."
When it
But
I don't know.
but but it was like, I don't know, I think so then, like, seeing social media, like, that didn't really, like, affect my body image as much. I feel like it just affected my style and, like, wanting to be trendy. Like, I didn't, like, just I was really into, like, the that sounds so stupid, but the photography of it, like, the trendy, like, Tumblr aesthetic. Like, I got into aesthetics and fashion, and that's kind of what I took away from it, and now that's kind of what I use social media for because 'cause I'm not really on there. And now I feel like the body image is, like, the only image I'm worried about is this this body image right here. Like, seeing
Like
everybody else that's my ring finger. It's it's naked. But, like, now it's, like, the things I'm self-conscious about are, like, everyone else is, like, married, having kids, like, in a really good career, stuff like that, but that just, like, comes from comparison, and I think, like, being raised at a time that puberty and social media were hitting at once, I feel like I actually have a really good, view of myself
Good.
and body image because I just know, like, someone's gonna always be prettier,
Mhm.
someone's always gonna be funnier,
Mm.
and someone's always gonna be smarter, but that doesn't mean you can't be funny, pretty, or smart, or
Yeah.
whatever I just said,
Exactly.
because that's what my mom taught me
Yeah.
growing up.
Exactly.
And she said it all the time that I would hate hearing it. I'm like, "I don't wanna be reminded someone's gonna be funnier
Mhm.
and smarter than me." But it's not that I needed to be reminded, it's that I needed to be taught because then when it, like, happened or, like, when I was actually feeling that way, I'm, like, fine with who I am.
Mhm.
Like, I don't feel the need to change because someone's gonna love me for me,
Mhm.
like, I don't know.
That's why I hate it when people are like, "Oh, you're just jealous," when a girl would, like, cross boundaries and stuff. I'm like, "Honey, I'm not jealous. I'm just irritated. I'm feeling disrespected.
I'm
Like,
feeling
stay in your lane." Like, that's the part that
this
because it's like, are there prettier girls? I mean, yeah, sure. And I always joke, it's like, "Oh, the funnier one's harder to swallow because I didn't find
Oh,
anybody funnier than me."
1010%.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you
E
think she's funnier than me, pack it up. Okay, go be with your soulmate then. Okay, bye. Why are we talking? That's funny. That's
That's
what's funny,
hilarious.
is you're talking to me instead of her. Bye.
Well, I said so this is the thing, I'm like, I'm cool with anybody being prettier than me, I'm cool with anybody being funnier than me, smarter than me, because I love learning too, right? And I know I don't know everything. I love learning, but I would jokingly say, like, I think the only thing I really am like, "Oh, I want that," is and it's gonna be cheesy to say this, but, like, I am envious of people that know the Bible more than me, like,
Mhm.
that can, like, say scriptures and, like, relate to it with
Me
the
too.
history in it, the timetables, and I'm always like, "Oh," and I, like, read it and I study it and stuff, but there's still people that deliver it a little bit more, like, naturally and stuff, and that's just me having to, like, dive back in it, I feel bad saying oh, we're getting a blur there. I feel bad, like, with the fact that, like, I stepped away from being one of Jehovah's Witnesses for 7 years, and you know how going there, it's like going to school. So you're
Mhm.
taking in all this knowledge and information and studying, and I got a lot to, like, get back on track with, but that's, like, the only thing. Everything else, I'm like, "I'm rooting for you." Like, the girls remember
Yeah.
I told you, like, "Oh, like, I'm rooting for that girl." Like, she probably thinks I hate her, and I'm, like, her biggest fan over here. I hope it works out for her?
Yeah, I will
So
say I only get competitive really in debate and, like, more so, like, the academic realm is when I get
yeah.
really, like, jealous, I would say, like, when someone's smarter than me, you're like and, I was actually watching a sermon at work today, and he was, like, talking about knowing the scripture
I
and stuff like
know.
that, and he was almost, like, describing it in a way too where, like, you need to be, like, armed and ready, and I was like, "Yeah, like, I wanna wear, like, my shield of God's word." And he's like, I have guys telling me it's a pastor." speaking, obviously, but, he was like, "I have guys tell me all the time, like, oh, I just wish I could memorize the verses like you and pull out scripture like you, blah, blah," and he's like and it's the same guys telling me, "Oh, you remember back in '88 how we almost won the Super Bowl, but they grabbed him at the half-yard line and then it fumbled and blah, blah, blah," and they'll tell you exactly, like, all of this sports memorabilia,
Mhm.
and they're like, "You can remember things." It's just, like, taking the time to apply it and do that, and it kinda motivated me to get more in the Bible and then also kind of, like, just more in tune to, like, current events so I can better articulate my opinion on things in case anyone cares.
I wanna go back to ask you this question about body image.
Yeah, go ahead so we can get back
Do you
back on
think
track.
I'm putting you on the spot.
Okay.
Do you
She's
think
laughing during it. That's what gets me nervous. She goes, "I'm putting you on the spot."
Okay, do you think that because of your height, you let anyone get away? Like, was there ever a guy you thought, "Man, I let that one get away because I couldn't get over the height difference?"
Um,
That was my shoe.
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, just wonder.
Love you, Elian. I didn't let anyone get away because I found somebody very special to me.
Nice. I was just testing you there. But also too, I do think that, like, that probably was some hard choices for you to make, and the fact that
I mean,
you were
it
so
always
much taller.
sucked.
Yeah.
I had a crush on this guy in 3rd grade.
3rd grade.
Yeah, his name was
You can say his name.
I'm not gonna say his last name, but his name was Jordan, and one time he actually called the house,
Oh, I don't remember
and he
this.
said, like, "Hi, this is Cassidy. Can I talk to Seattle?"
Oh my god.
And you're like, "Yeah, sure."
That's
So
why.
you gave me the phone, and I, like, went and I took the phone in her bathroom, and I was like, "Hello?" And he was like, "Hey." And I was like, "Cassidy?" Like, he was like, "No." And I said, I don't know. I was like, "John?" Like, Cassidy's brother. He's like, "No." I'm like, "Who is this?" He's like, "It's Jordan." I'm like, "My mom told me it was Cassidy." Like and I'm more so, like, just concerned at the fact, like, you faked your voice being a girl so you could talk to me? Like,
Because at that time, you didn't know that was, like, supposed to be, like, smooth
well,
or
yeah,
gay.
like, I guess he
Yeah,
knew
game.
ball. He actually
You what?
it's like it's saying, like, "I know ball," like,
Oh, okay.
I know game,"
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
okay.
Gotcha.
So, he had game, he knew ball, and, I did not at that time because nobody had ever liked me really at that point, so he's, like, calling the house, and I'm just like, "What?" Like, I'm concerned about the wrong things, okay? Like, I should be quickly talking before my mom catches on and yells at me, right? Which I think I handed her the phone and was like, "A
Interior.
guy called me."
You're so innocent.
Which that year my phone was ringing off the hook. I don't know if you
3rd grade.
remember.
I don't
You don't
remember.
remember this? Okay, so I only had a phone because my parents were divorced, but I gave that phone number out to my girlfriend Caroline, shout out Caroline, and then somebody took a picture of like, when you go to school, you have a planner
Okay,
and you
yeah.
put, like, your phone number in it, or, like well, your schedule's in it and your homework and your
Yeah,
parents
yeah.
have to sign it and everything,
Yeah.
but in the back, there's, like, a contact book so you can exchange phone numbers, like, with your friends, like,
Mhm.
"Oh, you can call my mom will call yours." So, I gave Caroline my personal cell phone, okay? I was like, "You get this, Caroline," right? I guess, I got doxxed. Do you know what that means?
No, teach me.
It's when somebody well, doxing online is very serious. It's where somebody, like, leaks your address and, like, where you are, and then people start showing up to your house or,
Oh.
like, sending, like, SWAT team into your
Oh my
house.
gosh.
Yeah, but really, it's just leaking your personal information. So somebody was slick Rick and took a picture of Caroline's phone book, and so my phone number started to be passed around the school to the
Oh,
boys
in 3rd grade.
in 3rd grade, and, my phone was dead, and my mom's like, "I'm gonna check your voicemail," for some reason,
I don't remember
okay?
any of
I
this.
was like, "Okay." Since we were on the same phone plan, she could, like, type in the password to my voicemail, and it would play the voicemails. This is antique, like 2008, 2009 cell phone tech, okay? You start playing this voicemail, I got my ass beat for this.
Oh,
She beat me.
I don't even remember this, I'm
I
sorry.
know you don't. And it's this guy. He was like, "Hey, Seattle, this is Jermaine Weathers, and I just wanted to let you know something." And then it's like, it's that song that's like, "No one, no one,
Alicia
no
Keys?
one." Yeah. "You can tell me the way I feel." That,
I don't know. I know you
whatever
should
the
know that
song is,
song.
look it up
I
right
know what
now.
song it is, I just don't remember the verse
I
that
don't
was
remember
sung.
the words either, but this man was serenading me. My mom puts that phone down. "How'd he get your phone number? Why is he sending you this?"
I was a Mexican mom for sure.
We were Mexican and we were Jehovah's Witnesses. My mom did not play. I wasn't talking to that man the next time I saw him at school. I said, "Don't call me again. You want the police to show up at your house? I need CPS at mine, but you want the police at your." I'm kidding. It wasn't that bad, but
Also, I do
she just
remember that it was 3rd grade with the hate with that's probably why the hate letter or the hate club started, because all the numbers you were getting. But I was like, "Oh,
it
yeah, it was
was.
3rd grade." And this is why I remember it was 3rd grade because 5th and 6th, you were at Lake when I coached, when I was a coach.
Yes.
When I was a coach, and I coached basketball. Remember I went and coached
She
your basketball
coached.
team?
Oh, she coached a rigorous basketball program, highly esteemed. We were the JVC team. I don't even think we weren't even A or B. C. And of course, she was coaching it because they were like, the team, like, we don't have a team. She's like, "I'll be the coach. I volunteer as
Okay,
tribute."
and we were the B team. We were the B team. There was only 2 teams, and remember we would practice against all the boys
Against
all
the
the
A
time.
team.
And who and what happened? The B team ended up beating the A team.
No, that's not
Oh my
true.
god, are you serious? If Troy was allowed alive right now, he'd, like, probably, like, be like, "Seriously, Seattle?"
I don't remember.
We
The only
did,
thing
yeah,
I
it was
remember is
halftime.
I wore my glasses during a basketball game, and this girl was holding up the ball like this, and I was trying to block her. I was standing in front of her. So some idiot on my team decides they're gonna Kobe Bryant this and steal the show, and they decide to wham this ball out of her hands. I'm in front of her. They're behind her. They wham it. It goes flying into my face. Okay. My glasses break on my face. and,
Yeah.
I call time. I look at my mom. I go, she goes, "Time out, time out." I go,
And you came to the sidelines,
"Yeah." And I
you
go,
took a deep breath.
I gotta use the restroom. And she's
No,
like, "Okay."
you took a deep breath and you got back on no, because I
No,
remember
I
this.
didn't. I said, "Can I use the restroom?" Because I remember walking down the hallway
Memories are
all
so
the way
different from
down
each other.
and crying my eyes out.
Aw, I remember when you this another it must be another
Must
time
have been
happened, you
another
came
one
over,
because,
you took a deep breath, and you're like, "Okay, I can go back in."
yeah,
And I
but
was, like,
one time I
so proud
broke
of
my
you.
glasses.
I don't remember that.
But
My
I
memories are
was
bad,
down a
just
clown.
FYI.
Put me back in. If I had tape at the time, I would have been back in too.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Because my body image has always been, I can do it. Because she told me I can, and then my dad showed me I could because he would always be like, his saying to me growing up was like, "They have 10 toes, they have 10 fingers. What can they do that you can't?"
I was just gonna that's what your dad told me. I
Yeah.
called him up and I said, "Derek, I gotta talk to you about something." Because even though, we're not together anymore, we still I feel like he's just like, we go to each other still for things, right? And I called him up and I said, "I gotta tell you something." And I'm like, "I'm gonna do a podcast." And he's like, "Go for it." And then I was like, "What?" Like, and then I asked him something. I'm like, "Well, what do you think about that?" I'm like, and then he was talking about like something he was gonna try doing as well. And he said that. He's like, "You know what? They got 10 fingers, 10 toes, so do I. Who says we can't do it? I love that you remember him saying that to you, and then the fact that he just said it to me.
Always. That's always
Yeah.
been his motto.
Yeah, and I like it. I mean, for us being who we were, like, with each other, I think that I love that we are the way we
If
are.
you guys are only like, "We have 20 toes, we have 20 fingers, we have 2 hearts,
We got 2 amazing daughters. That's
we
what
can
we
make
came
it
to
work."
yeah, we got it. We got you. No, but that's cool. So,
Uh,
yeah, so it was funny because like, I was, getting ready for work the other day, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, it was 3rd grade because 5th and 6th are like" and on my
mhm.
brain
Yeah,
and I
'cause
feel
she
bad saying
texts
that, I don't
me.
mean to, like, use the Troy thing and, like but I think that
It's fine
after
because it
all
was
that
years later so that it wouldn't be applicable to.
no, I, like, feel like after everything before, like, pre-cancer days with that, and I don't mean to be, like, dark and gloom about that, like, I don't know my memories. I've talked to my friend Kelly, and she'll say, "You don't remember that?" I'm like, "I don't remember anything." It is
She
like
will fully text me in the group chat. This is why she's saying like, "Oh, yeah, then I did remember," because she texted me in my family group chat, and she was like, "Oh, when in 5th grade when they started your I Hate Seattle club," like, in our family group chat, I said, "Please stop bringing that up, it was 3rd grade, like,
I know.
if you're not gonna get it right."
I know. And then the other day, like I said, I was getting ready and I was like, "Oh, yeah," and I was so proud of
Yeah.
myself that I finally remembered it. So, yeah, if you remember getting beat
I know.
by me,
Yeah, maybe then in, like, 2 more years, you'll be like, "Oh, yeah,
I can't keep up with how many times
I
I
do
beat you when you were
remember
little.
that." I only really got 1 bad beating in my life, and it was because I deserved it. It was when in which she
I
probably won't remember
remember
this one
this
either.
either, I don't. And I'm not
Sydney.
trying to not
No, no,
remember.
I don't care if you do or don't, like, who cares? I said I only got really 1, and it was well deserved because my sister and I were fighting around, which Sydney should have gone harder on you, sorry. Except for this one time, I shouldn't have, but we were, like, fighting. She pushed me down, I'm on my back, and she, like, starts to run at me, and I, like a cat, take my legs, like, I grab her arms, take my legs, put them on her like, put my feet on her stomach and flip her, like, ninja style, okay?
Aw.
I'm like, "Choo." I flipped her right into the bed corner,
Oh.
and her spine, like, went into it,
Oh.
and she had, like, this huge gouge in her back. I felt so bad, and she cried and told my mom, and that's when I got the belt,
The
and then my mom's like, "What are we gonna tell the school?"
remember that's when they were like
'Cause
they
she's
were like where it's like
no,
no, it
no,
was when, like, the
it's
video
because
cameras were watching people and putting their kids
it's
in
because
the Target parking lot vans and, like,
it's
parents are smacking their
it's
kids and they're
because
afraid to spank their butts in the store.
Sydney was acting like this the whole time.
As she
So my
should, is it
mom's telling me like, "What are we gonna tell the school happened to her?" And I was just like, "I don't know. Tell them she fell down the steps." And she's like, she goes, "We can't tell them that. That's what abuse people say." And that was my first time learning that. So when people make the joke like, "Oh, you fell down the steps," like, I didn't understand it until that age, which I was in, like, 8th grade. Like,
Dear Mr. Jesus. Do you remember that song? That's so
no.
sad. It's
I
about child abuse.
that's
I know, I can laugh. I have a dark sense of humor, dude. We have it like our generation of people, like, have a dark sense of humor. But,
I
like, I
get
used
it
to say
'cause
I didn't
I
really
grew
feel
up from
sorry.
you, so now I have that dark sense of
Yeah,
humor
I
in
know.
the wrong generation. I'm like,
Yeah,
and
'cause
they're like, "That's not funny."
I know.
I'm like, "It is actually
Did I tell you about
abuse."
the other day when Luke was like I texted him something and then I got busy doing something, so I didn't see that he didn't respond. And then when I picked up my phone, he there was a message there and it said something like, "I'm sorry, my phone died." And then I respond with, "I wish I'd die." It's like he's like, "No."
Yeah,
But
but
it's
too
funny because
sexy.
it's like that's my sense of humor. And
Yeah.
everybody's like, "You can't because 'cause you're a mom, you can't say those things." I'm like, "Even more so."
Oh my gosh, I wish somebody would. You can't because of your mom. Who'd you say? Your mine? Oh, yeah, exactly.
It's dark sense of humor, but it's the
And
only way we're
I
gonna
would
get
say
through
that
this
my
life.
family is very much in favor of free speech,
Mhm.
and some things happened that they wanted us to shut our podcast down or to
Oh,
take
wow.
something down. And I'm just like, "This is free speech, right?" We didn't say anything crazy, and I won't get into it, but I was like, "You guys are trying to censor my speech." So they didn't like that, but they were.
I mean, I think we always try to come from just a positive side, even though there's like truthfulness to it. Like
She
we're trying to
does.
I do
She
because
does.
I was telling my sister this morning on the way to work. I said, it's funny because Seattle's gonna say what she's gonna say, and I feel like and I love you for it. I love you for it. And not that I don't say what I'm gonna say, because I say that I'll stand on whatever hill when something is very important to me. But I think also through things that I've dealt with in life, the, like, sadness, the heartbreaks, the scars, all of that, like, at the end of the day, I just wanna find peace in all of it, right? So,
Yeah.
with anything, we can have again, these are all our opinions. They're our thoughts. We're not saying you have to jump on board and think the same as us or, do things the same way as we're just giving you the perspective from, like, the things that we've experienced, so but yeah, Sandal's always texting during her podcast, FYI.
Because I always have I'm sorry, like, I'm running a Bible study, I have family game night tomorrow, I have a Galentine's, 2 of them coming up, like, I have girl, I got stuff I gotta do. But I was just texting my boyfriend really quick, I was texting my cousin because he texts me, and I have to talk to him, um, but yeah,
Yeah,
sorry about that,
no
but I
worries.
was listening. I
No.
was listening to
But
the
just with wrapping up the body image thing for people that do have problems and struggle with that, know that you're also not alone. There's a lot of people that have issues with that, and that's why, social media is just not a good place to be on, and surround yourself with people that like Seattle, I love and thank you for giving your dad and I credit for raising you to have like a good head on your shoulders and be reasonable about things.
Yeah. I mean, I actually feel really bad about some of my world views because I think that sometimes people can think like I just feel like in this podcast I'm coming off as like very heartless or like, but it's because I grew up with a family that taught me I had so much power and control over my own life. And even if I didn't go through anything like super traumatic, I would say, because my parents went through what of like a lot of hardships. I feel like I come from a family line that went through a lot of hardships, as we kind of all do. And at some point, at least I hope so, right? But I came from a family that came out of those, and I don't even feel like I have to go through it myself because I always have that like kind of I have that fighter spirit and I have that like we can do this like
Mhm.
mentality. And I don't feel like, okay, I didn't have to go through all of these sad things, but I took the lessons from it. And the lesson is that you can persevere. And the lesson is that you can do it. And the lesson is that even if you can't do it, you're still worth something, you
Yeah,
know?
and to love yourself, right?
Yeah, like who cares? So,
Surround yourself with people that love you for who you are as you are.
yeah, you fail, you learn. You get to do it
Yeah.
again.
And again, like you said, you have the power. And people out there, young girls that watch this, like who's ever gonna maybe in the future, if we get famous and you look back at these early episodes and you listen to this, you have the power to turn off social media. You have the
Yeah.
power to like tell yourself like I'm beyond this and I'm above this and turn to people that are going to make you feel good about yourself. And that's with anything in life. It's not just body image. I mean body image is part of it, but it's your mental well-being.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I said, there's probably things like you say you probably come across as being, rude or something. There's times where I'm going to come across as being like heartbroken or make statements on things because of how like I was dealt with. But at the end of the day, all those people that have come into my life, they were beautiful people. Like I love what they gave to me. Um when, I'm going to get emotional with it.
Yeah.
Like we all learn from each other.
Yeah. I think
And regardless of how things ended, whether it's friendship or romance or whatever, like we all, like, are needed in this world. We all are beautiful. We all have talents. We're
Yeah,
all strong individuals, and I am sorry for, like, things not working out. Like, I hate things like when we talk about, like, we're gonna get into friendships of, like, seasons and stuff like that. I don't like that because all these people gave me something wonderful in life, and you're so funny that you're patting me on the back 'cause
I'm rubbing,
you're rubbing my back,
not
but
patting.
no, it's because it makes me sad, like, I'm getting emotional because I think about, like, how people when you when there's, like, a difference in something or people, like, break up or friendships break up, like, you do kind of, like, turn, like, inside and you're like, "Oh, where did I fail? What did I do wrong?" And there are things that we could do wrong, but that doesn't make us a bad person. It just means, like, that was a time with that person and things just didn't work out. Maybe things did get, like, ugly. Um, but I think that there's, like, just
Yeah,
it doesn't change, like, who those people were in the good
no,
times that you were with them. So,
no, and I think, having divorced parents and, you know, you guys got divorced when I was really young, um, it opened up, like, this whole different world to me at a very young age and of seeing, like, dating and, um, just most people will not probably now they will, but it's not really natural to watch your parents date because in a perfect world, your parents have already dated and they're married, and now the only dating they do is, like, once a month when they go out or twice a month, whatever you wanna whatever. And, I think watching my parents have to date and watching my parents trying to find a partner with, different situations, AKA kids, and trying to not only find a match for them, but then a match for a life partner, someone to help you raise children, and I had to watch my parents get their heart broken so many times and with such grace because, I'm watching them learn lessons that they didn't really get to learn at a younger age, and, like, both you and my dad have, like, such an appreciation of, like, the what my dad would describe as the beauty in collateral damage, so they are really good at loving being hurt because they're true romantics, both of my parents. I think they raised one too because it's like they can just go through, like, the worst emotions, like, the most raw emotions, and then they've taught us, like, I'm so thankful I can feel. I'm so thankful for what that taught me. I'm so thankful for, like, the lows because then I get the highs, and,
or
that
then
really
even just the chance, like, I sit there and I think,
yeah,
like, how
like, the
selfish or stingy would I
opportunity.
be that it didn't work out? The fact that I even had a chance for something to even play out as it did, because some people never get that.
Yeah,
There's some people it's crazy to think that there's some people that have never been in love or had a relationship or know what that feels like, and to have,
yeah,
like, been thrown into that world because of circumstances and stuff is, and I don't
yeah,
mean to be emotional about it because I just love who I love, and when I
yeah,
love them, it takes a long time to ravel
yeah,
all of that, and that comes with my friendships too, so I
yeah,
think about people like, "Man, that was, like, a great relationship, and that was fun, and that person taught me that," and so
yeah,
and I say that I
because
bring that up with
I
yeah.
knew
Yeah, and I bring that up
you.
because it's like it's the whole thing of, like, um, just being okay with who you are and, like, and being okay with the things that happen and
Yeah.
to not, like, guilt yourself into questioning, like, "Oh, maybe I wasn't good enough or maybe I wasn't that." And
The
I don't know, that kind of
best
played in the part of my ADHD going off into, like,
yeah.
body image and mental,
Well,
strength and all that,
the
so
best body image you can have is reminding yourself you're a child of God and you are loved and you are lovable and you are saved.
Yeah.
So, I know that sounds kind of cheesy, but, like, that message alone, like, transcends, like, relationships, friendships, body image, and, societal's body image, stuff like that. So, you can just really find strength in loving yourself and accepting yourself for the flaws because, like,
Yeah.
if you can look in the mirror and just love who you see regardless of flaws, then that means you're gonna be able to find someone else and love them
Mhm.
regardless of their flaws, and
Yeah, agreed on
they'll
that.
love you back, you know?
Agreed
It's
on
not
that.
always but that's a really rocky road, you
Yeah.
know,
It's
as I'm
funny, and
sure we all know.
I'm gonna bring up Nick again because, again, I think with Nick being kinda like just the relationship that it was, I that was one of the things that I learned, it was just funny that this is, like, the 3rd relationship I was in, and I remember thinking, like, we both are just, like, have our little, like, annoying, like, habits that we do and stuff, and I remember one time he was doing something, and I was, like, so, like, annoyed by it, and I, like, thought, "You know what? Why would I even, like" I then chuckled because I'm like, "This dude puts up with me all the time and all
Yeah,
the things that are annoying about me, like, why wouldn't I give him a pass on that?" And that was, like,
yeah,
the first time I actually had that thought, like,
yeah.
that this person,
Aw,
like,
you actually for the first time, she cut somebody some slack.
'cause you don't think that, like, that's what's so crazy, like, I don't know, like, the relationship with Troy
No.
was just so different and, like, we were just experiencing all these, you just, like, you love this person, but then you're, like, dealing with, like, kids and you're
Mhm.
dealing with, like, marriage and you're dealing with, like, sickness and everything. I just feel like that's what that marriage was about, was just it became the
Yeah.
focus of, like, getting through cancer, right? And then he wasn't there anymore. So then, like, getting into this, like, relationship, like, without kids, because you
Mhm.
guys are older
Yeah.
and, like, it's not
You
me and
go
dad,
from
it's not.
this very intense and committed marriage
Yeah, and just
to this fun,
free.
playful
My kids are older,
dating.
they don't
Yeah.
need me anymore, like,
Yeah.
they're pretty much independent at this age, him and I are gonna
Yeah,
travel
that's gotta
everywhere.
feel weird.
Yeah, and it's more time to focus on each
You
other.
go from, like, 50 to 25.
It was
Like
not 25. But
but that's
think of
I'm
that.
saying, like, you were in a situation of prolonged relationship, intense marital I'm gonna say issues, but issues just mean, like, co-parenting, blended families, illness, and then just
Step-parents, like,
life,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then you go to this, like, tw almost 25-year-old dating scene because now you're
Yep,
dating,
even though I wasn't 25, but yeah.
but
But I know what you mean, I know what
I'm
you mean.
saying,
And, like, it's
like,
all, like, free.
you're going from this, like, "Okay, I'm, like, in this intense" I don't know, I don't have to say it a 3rd time. I'm upset that she's like, "But I wasn't 25." That's not the point I'm
I
making.
I know, I'm
You're
sorry.
going from this, like, experience that a normal person would experience later in life, and then you're hopping to this experience that a normal person would experience very early on in life, and
That
that's
I'm
crazy.
experiencing for the first time
Yeah.
at being older. And again, I don't
Yeah,
have,
so
like,
and
I don't
it's
have
gotta make you
kids.
feel young. I
Yeah,
don't
and
know.
then you don't have kids to focus on, you're not focusing on an illness, you're not, like, focusing on all,
Yeah,
like.
you're like, "I'll just go vegetarian."
And so then it's like, well, yeah, like, but then you literally, like, the world around you gets quiet.
She went vegetarian
I
for
did it.
2 years, that's
Hey,
how
but, I
that's the
talked to him, I
joke.
would be vegetarian too. But, like, but the world got quiet, and it just became us, and that was, like, it was only us, and especially we went through COVID, him and I went through COVID together too, so it was
Yeah.
just us, and it was just, like, a whole different world. You didn't have, like, kids and sports and, like, all these things. I'm like, "Oh my goodness," what your dad and I, like, had in the very beginning with just being married and not having kids, you're like, you're now, like, experiencing this quietness with experience, and you're like, "This is so different." And this
Yeah.
person, like, your dad could
And then
accept me because we were just young and
you
we
could
learned all
finally
those first.
afford to cut somebody some slack. You're like, "Fine."
It's just funny to say that, and how we got
No, it
into the
is
topic
funny.
of this, I'm sorry, like,
No,
brought it
it's
into that, but
fine.
it's just life experiences are hilarious, and, yeah, I just
Yeah.
remember, like, thinking, like, "Somebody can put up with me, I can put up with them."
Oh, you gotta cut him some slack. The other day, I was fighting with my boyfriend, and I forget what was going on, but I just remember thinking, like, most of the time, like, I have a little bit of a fiery personality, which I hate to admit, and if he's watching this, you can't use this against me later. But I just I was being fiery and, sometimes I kind of just have, like, the fight or flight response, and I will tend to go flight, like, because I don't wanna fight with my partner, so it's like, "Okay, bye. Okay, we're outta here, bye." Like, adios. Um, but I just remember we were arguing, and I didn't have, like, the instinct to be like, "Let's just break up then," like I normally do. And I just thought to myself, "Can we just stop fighting? Like, we're not gonna break up. Can we just stop fighting?" Like,
Did you say that to him?
that's what I was thinking. I couldn't just cut the man off. He was trying to make a point. But but it just gave me, like, this new, like, a good comfortability in it of being like, "You know what?" Like, I was confident in myself in our relationship, for the first time, like, in a relationship where I feel like we can actually have a disagreement and we can fight, and I'm not afraid that this is the
It's gonna
end.
end.
I'm
Yeah.
actually very confident that this isn't, so
Yeah,
we
good.
can just have this little dispute. It actually doesn't matter to me because it's like,
Yeah, yeah,
we're gonna work through it,
yeah.
so
And that's what it is, like, and it takes a while to get there, and people don't even
it does.
stand around for that to, like,
Yeah,
and I
this is
mean
my first relationship where I felt that way, and, like,
yeah,
that's why I just feel so confident in it, is because, like, for the first time, I'm not just I don't know, maybe I'm finally working through things, but it's just like
or maybe you found the one that you wanna work through it with,
yeah,
because
well,
people
I
just give
mean,
up so easily.
my parents told me, like, dating is just to see if you're compatible
Mhm.
and see if you're built for marriage, and so I've just always kind of like, "Oh, we're not compatible. Oh, we're not compatible." And, luckily, I did that enough times though,
Yeah, you
because
have to.
I
What do they say?
I'm
You have
very
to kiss a
I'm very
couple toads to find your prince?
yeah. Some
Yeah.
of them stayed frogs. I'm like, "What the heck?" And then some of them are princes when you meet them,
Yeah.
and then they turn into the beast.
Yeah.
Except they don't have a library, and they're not educated. I'm not talking about anyone in particular, I'm sure we can all relate, right? Right.
But some people find, like I love though that there's still relationships out there that have been together since they were, like, 16
Yeah,
or
like Sydney, she's all destined for that,
yeah,
right?
she's
Like,
gonna
she's
have
probably
that
had,
life,
like, a
but
total
you
of 2
can we won't
boyfriends,
yeah,
and
we don't
one of
yeah,
them's her husband, so
yeah.
she's just
But I love it, I love that I have friends that have been with their husbands forever, and
yeah,
that's all they've ever known, and I think that's
yeah.
so
Oh, I'm
beautiful.
so jealous,
I
you
know.
know?
I know.
But at the same time, I think I know myself, and I've always been a questioner, and so I'm happy that I kind of got to go out and see what's out there a little bit. I won't say like I was out there,
Mm,
but, just kind of actually get to experience heartbreak and dating at an older age because I do think that even though I have enough love in my heart to where I could have been with somebody that I met in high school, very thankful that I'm not because I think I have enough like curiosity for me to be like, what was this actually it? Like, should I have actually listened to everybody else and dated? And I'm not really gonna push that like
yeah.
ideals on my children.
I was
I'm
just gonna
like,
say, when you have kids, I can't wait.
oh,
You're
I'm
like
gonna be like, marry them and save yourself for marriage.
well, and I'll say this, even though we could get into the whole dating segment with this, I think and I'm just gonna say Travis's name because oof, I think that was a hard thing with, like, us, like, me individually, like, dating someone and then, like, letting them go, and, like, I guess this ties in with Travis. I think the hardest thing is falling in love with this person like you do, and then they're no longer around. Like, I think about the
Mhm.
family,
Oh, yeah.
you
Paula
break up
and
with the
Rob.
whole family, you don't just break up with him,
Oh,
and I,
thinking
like,
about them
still
yesterday, actually, like, just the other day,
yeah,
because somebody was, like, speaking in a Boston accent, and that was their thing. It was,
yeah,
like, because they were from Boston, but
yeah. No, I
it's
know
hard.
it is hard because 'cause
You
you're like,
love
"I still have a mother-in-law out there." Like, "Wait, that was supposed to be my mother-in-law." Like
you mean
No, I'm just saying, like, that's
You're
how I feel, like, I feel
what would
like
it be to you?
no, I'm saying with me even, like, who I've
Oh,
broken up with and stuff,
yeah,
I feel, like, so close, like, I miss that part of the family or, like, I miss, like
yeah,
I'm gonna miss seeing that person grow up and how cute they are, and just
yeah,
you attach like, it's not just that person you're dating the whole family, and that's what I was like, when
yeah.
you brought up Travis and stuff, it was like, I didn't wanna get close to anybody after Travis. I was just like, when it's like I told people, "When Seattle broke up with him, we all broke up with him," and
He
so I,
broke
like
up with me.
yeah, sorry. But it's, like, funny because it's, like, we all, like, had to, like, let go of that, and I'm just saying from
Yeah,
my own personal experiences, like, I still, like, talk to like, I don't even know if I told you I got to go see Nick's mom the other day, she got moved
yeah,
into assistant living, and I just think it's cool that we can have that relationship and that I could go sit with her and visit her and
yeah.
stuff like
I
that. So there's
mean,
some people you don't lose, and then there's other people you where you, like, "That just hurts my heart too much, I gotta make sure it's a little more distant than what I want it to be," so
yeah, I don't think I would ever get close to that family for sake of, just feeling like this weird, you know, I
we'll
don't
bring
know.
that up in a different
I
podcast.
guess so. My body
Yeah.
image. Yeah.
Yeah.
My
We would
body
talk
image is
way
good
longer.
though. She wants to bring up
I know, we go on to different tangents. My sister Allison said, "Make sure you guys stay on the same, like, subject."
I try and tell
But I'll
her.
let you close up on this one, like, any last
Um,
thoughts on, like, back to the
Last
body
thoughts on
image, but bring
body
yourself
image.
around. I think you kinda said it with
You know,
loving yourself and
yeah, love yourself. I mean, remember like our true calling.
yeah,
Um, and I think, you know, your biggest competitor is the person that's in the mirror, and that's all you have to worry about liking. And, if you think that there's things that you could be doing for health reasons to help your body, then you should do it. Because I don't want to say anything that's like also like encouraging ED or anything crazy. You shouldn't be going to extremes to make your body a certain way, but just you should be happy and thankful for your body. It gets to move. It carries your soul, and you get to hug people with your body. You get to run. You get to drink milkshakes with your body. You know, you get to enjoy it, and it's okay if it's not perfect. And I think that what I kind of really want to bring up is that AI is getting so advanced and that they can mimic anybody and they can, make people seem like lifelike and stuff like that. And we're going to go into a time of like not even being able to trust our own eyes. If you can't trust your own eyes, that's very scary. At least just try to love your body and try to remember the physical truth, and that is your body, and you can take care of it and you can love it and you can use it to love other people and do good.
yeah,
That's the only body image you should worry about.
yeah. I think I just wanna tie into, like, working out can be really hard because that's sometimes what we need to do to stay in good health, but
Mhm.
as I've gotten older and going through the whole perimenopausal thing, like I always bring up, I started looking at working out differently. Like I was like, okay, I'm running to strengthen my heart. Like I'm not running to run fast. I'm not running to like set a record. I'm running so that my heart is stronger.
Yeah.
I'm lifting weights so
I
that my
wish
bones aren't frail.
I wish our culture was just kind of like built around it. Like I feel bad saying this, but body positivity actually did like terrible for society because I understand it's like, oh, like you should learn to love yourself and you should, which I just preached. And there's reasons that people are in a whole bunch of different like positions as far as body health goes. But like, in school there used to be more rigorous like um fitness test and
Right.
fitness
Yep.
requirements.
hmm
And I think that, yes, you should love your body, but always be realistic. Like, you should love your body enough to take care of it. You shouldn't love your body to be complacent in it.
Yeah. We definitely always want to be healthy in whatever like manner that we can be our healthiest self. And so again, like I tie in a lot of health issues being tied into why are people eating, why are people sad, like going fundamentally into how mental health is the whole reason our physical health can be a little bit like out of
Well, our
balance
physical health can impact our mental
for
health, so
sure.
it's a very
Yeah.
overlapping thing,
Mhm.
and that's why I say I know that, like, society, the way that we live our life is not built around keeping your wellness and keeping your health in mind. But just try to break that. And even if trying to break that is staying flexible and doing stretches, that's
Mhm.
super good for your body, even if you can't lift a whole bunch. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Even try to, if you're sitting on the couch, why don't you just stretch your legs while you're sitting on the couch?
Mhm.
Why don't you just
Yeah,
try
start
and,
off little by little.
yeah,
That's what Richard Simmons did. He was, like, really big and he started clapping his hands. But
really?
just like, I think
And
honestly
then he
think
turned into David Goggins.
yeah. And I just think that, like, just, finding that person that you can confide in to say, "Hey, let's for my mental and my physical health, let's take a walk." It's like I love that people are walking still. I go to Swan Creek there at the little park, and there's, like, older people that are all, like, bundled up, and they're holding hands and walking, and it's,
Yeah.
like, just even if it's 5 minutes, if it's 10 minutes, we're just getting some sunshine, we're getting some light, and that's gonna
Yeah.
just change so much of your mental well-being.
You know what'll really change your mind about health? Go to a marathon or a half marathon. My mom ran the half marathon. You know what I did? I sat by the finish line, and that changed my mind because I'm watching all of these people cross the finish line, and I'm like, ain't no frickin' way these people are outrunning me during during a tragedy, right? Like, if for whatever reason we all gotta run, every person that crossed that finish line, I'm like, "Dang, they're beating me. Dang, they're beating me." They're
Well, everybody has a personal journey of
Well,
why they're in it
because
too, and it's cool.
because every body can do it. It's just
Mhm.
training your body to do it.
Yeah.
And I haven't trained my body to do it. And that's why I'm kind of mad at myself because you don't know what what a healthy person looks like because you can go to that half marathon and you can see all of these people that will kick your butt in running. But if you just saw them on the street, you'd think like, well, if someone was running in here and I had to outrun someone, like I could outrun them. No, you can't. No, you
Seattle, your
can't.
dad said you can.
I know, like, see, I might be fueled by enough like can do itness and hatred to where I could,
It's
but
hilarious. Mm.
it just reminds you like going back to the David Goggins, like so many people before us have fought. They put their lives on the line for you to have the life that you have now, for you to have the amenities you have now. And why are you so special that it gets to just stop with you? Like why aren't you working harder for the other generations too? And that's keeping up with your health.
Yeah.
Because I mean most of the things are invented, right? So just keep yourself healthy, keep yourself happy, and you know create community. That's what you should be doing.
Yeah. And you're special and you're needed. So I hope hearing this podcast, you know that. And you get out and you tell your friends that they're special and they're needed. And you just get on this journey of life together. So we appreciate you joining us. And we hope that this finds you in good health. And thank you again for being part of our podcast and our community. If you have any questions, please again forward them or any, you know, tips or whatever you want to give to us, sip and send podcast at gmail.com. We would appreciate and love to hear from you. We are signing out, and you guys all have a great evening. Take care. Bye.